In the game of baseball, there are heroes, legends, icons, and even forces of nature. But once in a lifetime comes a man so great, even at 5'1", he stands above them all. That man is Big Back, and this is his story. With a body built like a beanbag chair, he hit that ball like it owed him money. Before he took his rightful place as baseballs go, he was just a boy in Ohio. Hey, how's it going? Let me put this on here for you guys. There. Is this okay? Great, wonderful. I could talk about Big Back all day long. He's a hero. He's a big, beautiful hero. I mean, what he's done for the game of baseball, it can't be understated. And if this was the olden days, they would write songs about him. 100 years from now, they're gonna think he's Paul Bunyan or one of these mythological figures. He might as well be Zeus, as far as I'm concerned, because he's the greatest. And there's nobody that even scratches the surface. It's astonishing. It's astonishing how good he was. You know, a lot of people they don't know that truly, I think the most fascinating story of Big Back has nothing to do with baseball. His birth is mind-blowing. Is he an alien? Is he a mutant? People really have these discussions. There's a lot of uncertainty about what happened in Ohio and how he came to be. His parents, they met at an older age. They were far older than most people when they have children. His father being 82 and his mother being 71. And I've done a lot of research on this matter, and nobody knows if what they did was something in a laboratory somewhere else outside of America, or it was something sort of more magical or spiritual or healing purposes. Those are stories that there's no straight answer to, unfortunately. You know, nobody knows. Some say the Amazon rainforest. I don't know. I don't have the answer. What we do know is when they came back, she was pregnant. No pictures, no evidence, just a few eyewitnesses who were there.
Oh my, I delivered that boy and it was not natural.
The consensus is uh, it was a little weird. It was a little weird. It was a little weird, the baby. So John and Betsy Williamson were going to name their son Logan Altabri. That's what we know. These are the facts. 12 inches and 2 feet wide, and very boxy. Anyways, John and Betsy Williamson decided that was a sign from God, and he would not be named Logan, but he will be known as what he is. A big back, wide back. I mean, they said they debated between wide back and big back, but they landed on big back. And big back was his name on his birth certificate, and the rest is history.
I don't like talking about it. It's when nightmares are made of very scary stuff. I hated it, every second of it.
Just fascinating stuff. Sort of artists in the world have come together to say, this is what we believe baby Big Back looked like. Beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, wow. It's like he just started at a level of beauty that the world had never seen, and it just continued as he got older and older. I mean, beautiful. The story is that his dad had a autographed Babe Ruth baseball. And Big Back actually took it to his friends to play baseball on a lot where they played baseball all summer, and fireworks, and They went to the carnival, they tried tobacco, then they threw up, and just chaos happened. Eventually, they tried to retrieve the ball, but the ball was in a big dog's mouth, and the dog had chomped on it. But the guy who owned the dog actually was super nice and played with Babe Ruth and knew all these players, and he gave them autographs, and it was a happy story. It was a beautiful ending. At 3 years old, he got his hands on a baseball bat. He joined the Little League team, and he was the first 3-year-old to hit the ball over the fence. He's special. He's so special that if there was a spider around him, they would create webs and write words in the webs, like humble and radiant. He's that special. I write messages in webs. No doubt about it. No doubt. He continued his dominance. He became known as the best baseball player Ohio had ever seen. The prodigy. Get that tall. He was 16 years old. He was the man. Looked as good as he hit. He was the guy every guy wanted to be and every girl wanted to be with. 17 years old, he really fell in love with spaghetti and meatballs and Parmesan cheese, and it became quite an addiction. A little more meat on the bone. But that didn't stop him. He was still ranked amongst the best. He was constantly put on the list as a top tier high school prospect. He was invited to the combine. The draft combine, 4 days, 100 prospects, and every team with their eyes on every move. Big Back knew it was time to put up or shut up, and he put up big. Big like his back and big like his bat. He dominated the combine and showed the world that an 18-year-old from Ohio could absolutely do it. The part that really stood out was, you started to see a little bit of that flair, that seasoning that he has, that swagger, that riz, that something that only a man like Big Back can possess. Draft day came, and to the shock of the world, Big Back sat for 10 long rounds.
With the 7th pick of the 10th round, the Miami Marlins select the right fielder.
With a sigh of relief, Big Back knew he was now a pro, and it was time for him to start his quest, a hero's quest, to become the greatest of all time. One of my favorite pictures of Big Back is after he was drafted. He's just sitting on the edge of his bed, next to his weighted blanket, and it really shows sort of the peace, the calm before the storm. Like, he's gonna be a professional. The whole world tuned in to see the Blue Wahoos take on the Mississippi Braves. Nobody cared about those teams. They only cared about the debut of Big Back. Unfortunately for number 99, he quickly realized,
swings and misses, struck him out.
This ain't high school no more. The struggles never stopped. They called him Warning Track Back, only able to reach the warning track. But in true Big Back fashion, everything changed. On one late summer afternoon, he made a catch so incredible it fired up his team, it fired up the crowd, and it fired up his inner spirit, his inner warrior. Don't think anyone thought he was capable of. It's hard for us to comprehend him moving like that and diving and making the catch that he made. Often imitated, never duplicated. Astonishing stuff.
And he makes the catch. Are you kidding me?
And that really opened up the floodgates. I mean, from there, he was rocking and rolling and just showing the world that he is ready. He's ready to take over. Warning Track Back was no more. Big Back started showing the world what everyone had seen in the past. This was his time and his sport, and his batting average started going as high as his cholesterol. He dominated Double-A, showed that unrelenting spirit and unrelenting hustle that got him a meeting with manager Ken Ramirez. You've just been called up to Triple-A, Big Back.
Congratulations, you've earned this opportunity. Now you're one step away from being a big leaguer. Get out of here. It's been a pleasure. Good luck up there. Knock 'em dead.
The story of his baseball bat is an interesting one. It's the same one he's had since high school. His coach bought it for him. He famously calls his baseball bat ketchup and mustard. That's right. Ketchup and the slump that he had in Double A was just a thing of the past, and when he went to Triple A, he was ready.
Big Back took the challenge of the next level head on. He attacked Triple A with the viciousness and tenacity. The tenacity of a grizzly bear going after a picnic basket. And he showed the world once again that you will forever remember the name Big Back, with incredible fielding and an aptitude for hitting the big ones. If any pitcher challenged him, it didn't matter what time it was, it instantly became Dinger O'Clock.
We love it. We love it. Dinger O'Clock.
And then Big Back unleashed what would become synonymous with his greatness. The greatest home run celebration ever. The one, the only, the Pound Cake Quake.
He became a rock star. That Pound Cake Quake, one thing we do know, it makes the stadium shake. He needed surgery later in his life for his spine because he fell on his glutes so many times. People go absolutely crazy. It's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. Wow. Wow. What a king. What a king.
With his unrelenting greatness, Big Back finally got the call he had been waiting for.
You may want to sit down for this one. I just heard from the front office, and it looks like they're making a move. I hope you're ready, because you're getting called up to the show. You're gonna be a major leaguer, Big Back. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. This is what I've been working for my whole life.
Well, you have earned it with your hard work and steadfast belief in yourself. You have proven a lot of people that you deserve the shot.
You ain't seen nothing yet, Skip.
I'm so gosh darn proud of you. Now go make it count. I don't want to see you coming back here schlepping your bags.
I won't be back, Skip.
The night before his big game, Big Back stayed up, contemplating, couldn't believe his dream was finally coming true. His jersey hung in his locker. When Big Back stepped in the locker room, the aura of greatness made jaws drop. And so it began, making his major league debut, number 99 for the Florida Marlins. A new haircut, but the same Big Back swag. All eyes were on Big Back as he stepped up to begin a career that defines a generation.
He squared up for his first at-bat. I think the world knew, like, we are seeing a superstar. It was a thing of beauty then, and it's a thing of beauty now.
On the next Big Back.
Miami was great, no doubt about it. But does he see it as his stepping stone to being the greatest of all time, or a missed opportunity? And that's a question that lingers. It lingers forever. Was it really the level of greatness that we're going to see once he leaves?
Now, make sure you subscribe to catch the next episode of the Big Back Story.